the walled town of Lo Manthang, and you got a palace. This is the part of the palace. Right now, it developed as a ruins, and we had a king here, king from Mustang, staying here. All this. So here you can see the picture of the king and queen, the last king and queen. And right now the government decided not to have king anymore, but Mustang actually is a kingdom. So typical construction, mud town, the clay town of Mustang. And the richness here is depicted by seeing the wood, firewood on top of the building. The more firewood they belong, they're supposed to be more rich. Also, so here is part of the palace lived by king. We are on the front side. So this is like a 4-story building in the past. So right now it's nobody lives here, and even entry is restricted, not allowed to go inside. This. So see the town as it looks like. Recently they celebrated Tiji festival, end of the May. That's one of the biggest festival here. So see the palace. Palace of Mustang, Lo Manthang. Here is the tourist checkpost for like Annapurna conservation area. Part of the walk during the Kora around the Lo Manthang Palace. See the structure, the walled town. Lo Manthang, the walled town of Lo Manthang. So here you can see the tiny cow coming out. So it's in the morning. That's why there are very less people. They just
यो दरबार चाहिँ यही मात्रै होइन
दरबार यही हो
गुम्बा तिनवटा गुम्बा हेर्नु पर्यो गुम्बा
त्यो गुम्बा यो त त्यति गुम्बा यो हेर्छ नि एउटा गुम्बा त्यो पनि छ एउटा गुम्बा
so the streets heading for this monastery. So here are the chortens, small chorten they got all around, beautifully colored, living colors. So here is the whole town of Lo Manthang. ancient town. The ancient monastery inside the Lo Manthang area, and there is a ticket for the foreigners which should be bought at the Chode Monastery, and right now even for the domestic people, like local peoples, they have to pay the ticket to go inside this monastery. So this is part of the ancient monastery left in Lo Manthang. So one of the major highlight is these very old monasteries. They actually have 3 different monasteries. So this is one of the monastery which is left. And here is the main entrance. Picture inside the monastery not allowed. So there is the information regarding the priest above the door. So one of the biggest monastery in Lo Manthang, Zampa Monastery, is visible from that window. So there is a entry tickets even here. The historical monasteries in Lo Manthang. There is a way towards this Chode Monastery. So we are still inside the walled town of Lo Manthang. See the prayer wheels, all with the wood on top. So the monasteries are beautifully decorated. Some of the structures, they even make it new. So here is the Chode Monastery, one of the oldest monastery remain in Lo Manthang. There are a lot of new constructions going on around for the monks. So this is made out of yak leather, the seat cushion. So the beautiful stupas, chortens in Lo Manthang area. See the whole architecture. So this is supposed to be on the entry gates. And the entry gate, they just do it. So we are next to the Chode Monastery. So the red wall belongs to the monastery, monastic school, Chode Monastery. They have quite a few monks. And here you can see the semi-stupa chortens. Normally they are made 2 in number as an entry gate to the towns. So here is a view of the surrounding area and where they keep animals, yaks. So all part of the Chode monastery. Amazing tortons with the sunlight early in the morning. So we came here just 6:30. Right now is the summertime in Nepal. So we have like daylight, long daylights. So here is a street walk in Lo Manthang. We are just walking around next to the King's Palace in Lo Manthang. So you can see all the prayer flags up there. And this part of the palace. So recently, until like very recent time, this was a kingdom. And the King's Palace is just there. Lo Manthang, the walled town, mud town, all here in Mustang area. So we are now here at the Sija Jong Cave. It's located in Chosher. Looks like windows right now, but they have 108 different chambers. And when there was a Kampa war, people from the village, they hide it over the chambers inside. And now they have kept a ladder, tiny ladder as well. And see the landscape far behind. And we still have some visits to go. Painting a Lo Monastery. Here you can see they have done directly on the wall, so they have to do restoration. Lo Monastery paintings all in the walls.
सबै लो लो गाउँै गाउँ
All this with the rainwater, this got partially destroyed. The view from Lo Monastery. All you can see, there is a deer with a wheel representing Buddha himself.
यो ढुङ्गा हेर्दा
All around.
फुट्टा फुट्टा खस्छ त भएन
Hey, the poplar trees that grows
यो ढुङ्गा त खस्छ
quite fast. They use for like constructions all here. See, they make a load out of these pebbles.
टौडीको टाउको
There.
राखेको तल त्यो छोर्तेनमा राखेको किन राखेको स्वर्गमा
So here is the village of Charang with beautiful chorten, like a small stupa type of architecture here, and part of the old palace, white colored painted, is left there. Right now looks like a ruins. See the landscape with some birds up here. Besides, this one is the monastery of Charang. Charang Monastery, brightly painted. Little bit of greenery, especially poplars. All these places. See the monastery. So I'm heading towards the Charang Monastery. Up here, one of the oldest monastery in the area. Upper Mustang. with row of prayer wheels, all colorful, huh? Prayer wheels. So the main shrine hall of Charang Monastery. So they are running a worship right now inside. You can hear the chant. Look the detail of the balcony up here. And down there they got rooms for the monks. And there's a bell. Beautiful bells around. See the beautiful decorations all around.
Music se record garnu पर्ने हैको
Monk with offering. So heading for this palace.
waiting for us.
So here is our tour guide Paras, doing some paparazzi things. The gentleman from Kathmandu, who arrived here recently, doing some research jobs as well. See the prayer wheels, everybody turning around. They have to go clockwise. The beautiful Charang Monastery. All the religious gathering is done on the monastery. So traditional dress for the local women. The monks from the monastery accompanying the locals. The ancient monastery of Charang. Here is the beautiful Gambi village in Upper Mustang. Going towards the north, there is another village, Takmar. The Takmar is a popular for the red cliff. You can see the red cliff all there. Takmar. The village is called Takmar, and there is a cliff, red cliff. After the red cliff, there is like a brown cliff as well. This beautiful day in the Upper Mustang tour. The land, like a paradise lost from Tibet, located in Nepal. This. The pristine rivers in a Upper Mustang tour. So here is the temple of Muktinath that's constructed in 18th century by one of the king's mother. King was named Ranabhadur Saha. Then he sent a priest from Kathmandu of caste Parajali, and it's a temple for Vishnu and very popular among the Hindu peoples. And there are a lot of people from Nepal and from India. They like to visit this temple every year. And the biggest festival here is the full moon day in October. So you can see all these bells donated by different families there. So here is the main entrance. People are worshipping. And here one can see 108 water spouts. So one has to take a shower over all these water spouts 3 times. So you can get merit, having like a religious merit as well. So these are the water spouts. And all of them, they are fallen from a cow's head. Like this. So the ceremonial bath can be done here. So using all these 108 water spouts. So here is the modern structure and the ancient temple of Muktinath. So they constructed a statue of the Buddha, Sakya Muni, with earth-touching posture. Far behind, you can see all these prayer flags. So we are in Muktinath, 3,800 meters.
Let's move.
So the complex of Muktinath with a statue of Buddha in the middle. Many people who do Thorang Pass trek, they come down to this place. The sacred area of Muktinath, and the view of a statue of Buddha here, and behind there is a temple for Vishnu, is the Muktinath temple. We're right now in one of the monasteries. Actually, they have an eternal flame inside. It's under reconstructions. All this place. See the rocks and the slope up there.